Hi everyone. In this lesson, I'm going to be talking about order of operations, or sometimes you might hear it as Pemdas. Pemdas is the acronym we use for the steps of order of operations. I'm going to be going through what it stands for and doing a few examples to help you see how it's used. So, let's go through what PEMDAS stands for. And PEMDAS stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, and addition, subtraction. The first step is always parentheses, and here are 3 examples of the different types of parentheses or brackets you may see. The next step we do is exponents. And when you see 2 to the third power, or 2 cubed, the 3 here is our exponent. That tells us our power. It tells us that we're going to use our base 2 multiplied 3 times. So it would look like 2 times 2 times 2. The base number 2 represented 3 times with multiplication. The third step is multiplication and division. And you can see a heart below them with a left to right because we know that multiplication and division are BFFs. Whichever comes first, left to right, is solved first. So it's something we want to make sure those are together. They're kind of buddies. The next step is addition and subtraction. And again, they're buddies. And so whichever comes first, left to right, is solved first. So remember that our order of operations, or our PEMDAS, is parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and then subtraction. You may also sometimes hear it referred to as please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And that's just another mnemonic device to remember the order of PEMDAS. So please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. All right. So if you see here, these are just 2 other ways to remember it. I like this first way because they have addition and subtraction and multiplication, division as their own column. So it's really just 4 steps where multiplication, division are left to right and addition, subtraction are left to right. The same thing in the second example of PEMDAS. And we have our little hearts to show they're BFFs, they go together. So if we look at number 1, we have 3 plus the quantity of 4 times 2 minus 2. And when we follow the order of operations, we start with our parentheses. We have 4 times 2. 4 times 2 equals 8. And I like to underline the step I'm working on just to help me keep track of what I've done and where I'm at. So now that I've done my 4 times 2, I know that's 8, and I'm going to bring everything else down exactly the way that it was in the original problem. So I now have 3 plus 8 minus 2. I've done my parentheses, but I don't have any exponents, so I can skip that step. My next step is multiplication, division. I don't have any of those, so I'm done with that step. And my last step is addition and subtraction, but left to right. So I'm going to start with my addition in this problem because that comes first, left to right. And 3 plus 8 equals 11. And I'm going to bring down my minus 2 because I still haven't dealt with that in this expression yet. And the only thing left to do is 11 minus 2, which equals 9. So my expression simplified would equal 9 in this case, following our order of operations. Now, if we look at number 2, we have 2 times the quantity of 5 times 7 minus 10 minus 15 plus 4. So we need to follow our parentheses, then exponents, multiplication, division, and then addition and subtraction. So to start, we have parentheses. And in this case, we have several steps in our parentheses. So we're going to look and say we have multiplication and we have subtraction. Well, multiplication comes first. So we're going to solve 5 times 7 first. And 5 times 7 equals 35. I'm going to bring my minus 10 and my parentheses down because I haven't finished everything inside yet, as well as everything else in this expression, because I can't forget any step. Now I'm going to solve the rest of my parentheses, 35 minus 10, which equals 25. And again, I'm going to bring everything else from the expression straight down that I haven't worked with yet. All right, I have multiplication, subtraction, and addition. My next step after my parentheses is exponents. I don't have any, so I can skip that step and go straight to multiplication and division. I just have multiplication, so that's going to be next. And 2 times 25 is 50. And bringing down my minus 15 and plus 4. Now my next step is addition and subtraction. Well, my subtraction comes first, left to right, so I'm going to solve that first. 50 minus 15, well, 50 minus 10 is 40, and 40 minus 5 is 35. And if I'm not sure, you can always write it off to the side. And if I do 50 minus 15, I can't do 0 minus 5, so I have to borrow. I go next door, I take 1 away, and I add 10 more. So 10 minus 5 is 5, and 4 minus 1 is 3. And I still got my 35. But I haven't dealt with my plus 4 yet, so I'm going to bring that straight down. And my only thing left to do is add 35 plus 34, which equals 39. So this expression simplifies to 39. Let's look at another one. 2 times the quantity of 7 plus 4 minus 1 divided by 5. So I'm going to start in my parentheses again, but inside I'm going to do my addition first because it comes first left to right. So 4 plus 7, or 7 plus 4. And 7 plus 4 equals 11. We bring down the minus 1 in the parenthesis, as well as our 2 times and our divide by 5. Now I have to finish my parenthesis, so I have 11 minus 1 equals 10. And I have to bring down my times 2 and my divide by 5. Now, I've done parentheses. I don't have any exponents. I have multiplication, division. Well, I have both, but multiplication comes first left to right, so I'm going to solve that part first. 2 times 10 is 20, and I'm going to bring down my divide by 5. And the only thing left is 20 divided by 5, so 20 divided by 5 equals 4. So this expression simplified would equal 4 if we follow our order of operations. All right, one more let's look at. We have 9 plus 30 divided by 3 times the quantity of 2 plus 4. When we look at our order of operations, our first step is always parentheses, and we have a set of parentheses here. So we're going to solve 2 plus 4 to start with, and 2 plus 4 equals 6, and I'm going to bring everything else down exactly how it was shown in our original expression. So now we've done our parentheses. We look for any exponents. We don't have any. So now I'm looking for multiplication and division. I have a division problem and a multiplication problem, but I know that they're buddies, so they let whoever comes first, left to right, go first or be solved first. So the first thing I'm going to solve is my division problem in this case. So 30 divided by 3 equals 10, and I'm going to bring my times 6 and my 9 plus down. Now I have to think, okay, I have addition and multiplication. Well, multiplication comes first, so I'm going to do 10 times 6 first, and 10 times 6 equals 60. I'm going to bring my 9 plus down, and that means the only thing left I have is addition, and 9 plus 60 is 69. So when I simplify this expression, I get 69. So I want to make sure that you remember our order of operations. And to remember that, we think of Pemdas. Remember that multiplication and division go left to right, and addition and subtraction are solved left to right. So if you are ever working out any of these problems, feel free to write down Pemdas off to the side and check off the steps as you go like I did. And that will help you to keep track of your order of operations. Hope this helps you guys.